Come along with me on a typical day in my life as a real estate agent here in Seattle, Washington. So this is a Monday, but it's actually a holiday Monday. So it's President's Day, so a little bit different than a regular weekday would be. Typically on Mondays for our team, it is kind of a time to gather everything you did over the weekend and wrap up anything that you need. Ideally, you are writing offers on Monday if your clients need it. So this Monday was a little bit atypical, but I got up, got out of bed, opened those curtains, get a little light, and then, of course, get the coffee started. So that's the first thing I did, go over to the espresso machine. If you've been following me for a while, you know that my condo is half remodeled, half not. And so I have my coffee machine literally on my desk right next to the computer. And then this Monday, I was feeling pretty motivated, pretty rested. So I actually made my bed, probably also for this video, but made my bed before anything else, and also turned on the Peloton so that I could get a little workout in. My legs were not quite ready to go though, so I sat on the couch for a second and had my banana and my coffee before I got into the Peloton workout. I got on my phone a little bit and looked at some of the showings that we had on our listings over the weekend. Those are agents that I'll need to follow up with today or tomorrow, and so that's something really important that I do after every weekend. So get on the Peloton, wanted to get a little workout in. Today I was again feeling pretty motivated and rested, so I actually did 45 minutes on the Peloton, which is not my typical. Typically I'm doing 30 minutes, but I got on there and I knocked it out. You know that Robin Arzon is my favorite, so definitely did a ride by Robin and just got right into it. On this day, I woke up at about a little bit before 8 so I could get this started. I wanted to be able to be ready and on the go by 9, and so I almost made my goal, not exactly, but did the Peloton workout for 45 minutes. I knew that I had to meet clients at about 11 a.m. on this day, 11:30 I think it was. So after my Peloton, while I cooled down a little bit, I got on and looked at some of the showings that I was scheduled to do. So on this day, I had 4 different showings, 3 with one client who was coming in from out of town. Again, because it was a holiday weekend, it was a good time for them to come see the home. So took my multivitamins, you can see, and then I got on the MLS and printed out some sheets for the showings of the day. Sometimes I like to just use my app on my phone, but other times I like to have the sheet in person so that I know exactly what's going on during the showing, and then I don't have to be on my phone in front of the client. So it just kind of depends on your preference, but that's what I preferred today. And then I got ready. So went in, did my morning routine, put my contacts in, got shaved up and got in the shower, brushed my teeth, and had some more breakfast. Obviously had a little protein bar there, so a little snack. Now on this Monday, like I mentioned, it's a little bit different than a typical Monday. Usually on Monday, what our team does is we get on a quick syncing call for the week and talk about which clients we're going to be talking to that week, or who we're going to be trying to get new business from. And then that's really one of our only meetings on Monday that we have. Because like I said, Monday is usually finishing up from the weekend, any of your showings or follow-ups that you need to do for clients who you've been with over the weekend. So got ready, got showered, and then I got dressed and put my coat on. It was a little chilly and rainy today, so had to get that jacket with the hood. Because I can't just run on one coffee, I headed on out and I got another coffee. And I knew that lunch was going to be kind of difficult for me because I had a meeting and then showings, and so I got a little breakfast sandwich over at Victrola and some of my favorite cold brew coffee with a little oat milk in it. So ran over and did that really quickly before coming back to the house, eating my little breakfast sandwich there and having some of my iced coffee, which I loved. And then I got ready for our first team meeting. Like I mentioned, we go over who we're going to be contacting during that week. And then I got my bag packed for the showings because I had a meeting at 11 with a contractor to talk about finishing my condo. So that was one thing that was more personal for today, but I had that contractor come over. So I wanted to get my bag packed before they came over because I knew that I would need to run out the door. So got a few snacks. Like I mentioned, I wouldn't have lunch, so my banana, my protein bar, and my water bottle, and then those sheets from the MLS. So rolled out the plans for the condo remodel and then met with that contractor for about 45 minutes. And then at 11:45, 12, went and met my clients who were visiting from out of town for some showings. They were looking specifically at buildings that allow Airbnb. So Here we are at 1400 Hubble Place, which is one of the buildings close to the convention center that allows Airbnb. And then we headed up to Capitol Hill, where we looked at 750 on the Hill, which is a building built in 2018 that is a small building and it allows Airbnb as well. So they like the one in Capitol Hill better, but as you can see, it's below grade. And so the patio is basically just looking at concrete. So not completely ideal, but this rooftop definitely made it worth it. The building is really nice inside as well. Here you can obviously see the Space Needle as well as views of Puget Sound, which is really nice. This is in North Capitol Hill, so it's a little quieter area, which I really like, but you're still close to everything. The building itself was really nice on the interior, so they really preferred this one, but it was a little more pricey. And so for that reason, it's probably not going to be the winner, but we'll see. This time we're still exciting. So before I headed out to my last showing of the day, the fourth one, I stopped at Macrina Bakery for a little snack. Obviously, I needed an almond roll and a little coffee because I was about to drive an hour and a half to my next showing. Okay, so currently driving an hour and a half to a cabin that I'm going to show to some of my past clients who are interested in purchasing it as an Airbnb or ski cabin, basically, that they can use as well. So going to do that. This morning I had a contractor come back over because if you've been following along at all, you know that I've been delaying finishing my remodel, and so I had someone come finally look at it, which was good to get it back started, hopefully. Then went out and showed a client they were visiting from out of town, so we saw 3 potential Airbnb condos. The first 2 were okay, not great. I think just required a little more work than they were hoping for. And then the third one was really good. It's a newer building, and I was actually selling another competing building at the same time this was going up, so I was familiar with this building, and so it was good to see that and talk through some ideas. Then I had a little stop at Macrina Bakery for my hour and a half long drive. Got all my essentials for the road, including a coffee. So gonna go finish this showing, head back. If we need any follow-ups, I will do those once I'm back, and then come back to home. So hopefully we're on the right track and excited to show these next houses. So keep following along. Okay, so we made it to the cabin. This was a really cute cabin. It was completely accurately depicted in the photos, which is kind of sometimes surprising. Mary calls it the Tinder effect when you get into a house and it doesn't look anything like the photos. So this was a previous client who had bought a couple years ago. They were now looking for a cabin close to Stevens Pass. So this was a really fun one to go look at near Gold Bar, if you're familiar with the area. So then I drove an hour and a half home. I had almost took 2 hours, actually. I stopped for a taco time, as you could see, parked the car, and got back to my condo. Sat on the couch for a little bit because I had some follow-up to do. I had a call with a client who wanted to make an offer on a home they had just seen that day, and then also some follow-ups from the remainder of the day. So did that while I watched TV, and then finally got ready for bed after a little bit TV. And that is a day in the life of a Seattle area real estate agent. Thanks for coming along.